Hello, everybody, and welcome to the deadline stream for FPL Wire. This is the deadline stream for Gameweek 2. I had about half an hour to kill before I head off to a movie. So I thought I'd hang with you guys and calm your twitchy nerves and, just answer some FPL questions if I can help it. If you guys in the chat could just let me know if everything is fine and sound is okay, then we can proceed. But just to catch you up, it looks like the update we have from Poch on Reece James is that James is not out for a few months, he's out for a few weeks. So, maybe wait and see how he does this game week. And Chelsea are also in the market for a new right back. So before jumping there, we need to be sure of information. So that is the piece of information I have. If he does emerge as a pick, let's say he does really, really, really well this week, and then you roll the dice because the fixtures are great for the next 3 or 4 weeks. You try to win with those fixtures and then take it from there. I mean, I haven't made up my mind in terms of whether I want to go for Gusto or not. We'll see how the situation is and then take a call. Other piece of news that came, I mean, we'll just play by the ear. Let me see if any other bit of news that came. Yes, Fulham versus Brentford. Fulham have Paulinho fit now, and he's at least going to be involved in the squad. So, that's important for Fulham's prospects. I don't see them conceding 2.5 XGC to teams like Everton anymore. Famous last words. Liverpool have a new signing. Everybody's fit. There's a little video which Baker linked me to where Klopp is talking to Endo and saying that they are going to play offensively. And that Salah's trained well this week, which is encouraging news. I don't want to talk too much about more because I don't want to jinx it. Brighton, De Zerbi said that they might try new tactics and new formation. I'm really, really curious to see what happens there. I'm looking out for that piece of information. Spurs versus United. Romero is fit and is likely to play, and all the concussion protocols are done. So as a United fan, that is bad news in my opinion, but I'm expecting goals in that game. I'm really, really expecting goals in that game. City, Stones looks like he might not be fit. Pep earlier said that Diaz might be injured. Then he said that no, he could be fit. So he's not made his mind up yet on that situation. Yeah, not much else to report. Let's take you guys. Let's answer some questions. Because that's what I'm here for. And if you are here for leaks, etc., sorry, this is not the place for that. I'm just here to help you with some questions. Right. Where are Zoff and Pras? Zoff is chilling, and Pras is on his way to Greece for a little vacation. Thoughts on a Soboslai punt as a Trossard replacement? Man, I don't know about Soboslai as a punt, very honestly. I haven't seen much from an FPL point of view yet to consider him as a punt just yet. So not for me. Gabriel versus Saliba. I mean, you saw what happened in game week 1. If Arteta tries to do what he did in terms of the formation shift, then Gabriel looks like the one that's going to miss out. So Saliba is the one if you're going for one. We're trying to do more and more content as well. So if you guys... Zoff tells me that this is subscribers mode on only. I don't know how to change this off now, so I'm not going to do much changes to the stream right now. I'm just going to focus on answering some questions. Do you think Foden starts this week? Yes, I do think Foden starts this week. If you own him, hold him. It looks good for him at the moment. That said, Pep did mention that Alvarez was very important to them and that he would have started in midweek, and he's an important player. And he mentioned that he's going to be the penalty taker, or he's really good at taking penalties, and that matters too for City. So a situation to monitor. 3 teams that I'm very, very interested in scouting this week: Spurs, City, and Chelsea. Zoff has an uncanny feeling that a midfielder might emerge as an option. But if Gusto starts and even looks good, I just think he's a no-brainer as a pick, even for 4 or 5 weeks. And the fallout of Gusto being a no-brainer pick, or a pick at least, is that you have a perma-play defender as your third/fourth defender. And then you need to think about how you're going to spend the influx of money that you're getting and where you're utilizing that. And that sort of, I'm very curious to see how City do without Haaland this week. And if City do look a little dodgy, then you think to yourself, is there opportunity to captain players apart from Haaland in a few weeks? And that, zoom out and see how that influences your squad. And maybe you start looking at, just look at City fixtures. Sheffield United away, Fulham at home. Yeah, I'd captain him. West Ham away. Maybe I think of not captaining him. Is there anybody else who has a good fixture then? Is that worth a captaincy shout? Maybe something you ask yourself. But man, Haaland's good until game week 7 for captaincy. Who am I kidding? Okay, coming back to your question. Start Gabriel or Foden? Seriously, man. Oh, start Foden. Palace are good. Arsenal are playing away. And Foden, I always prefer backing the attacker. So start Foden. I think he's going to start this week. Worried about Pedro minutes after De Zerbi comments on tactical changes? No, I'm not worried about De Zerbi comments at all. Pedro was one of the best players in that game in Game Week 1, and he was one of the best players in preseason as well. So I'm not worried about minutes for Pedro. I could be selling him next week though, because you need to find a way to get Nicholas Jaikishan, as Zoff calls him. We'll see what happens there. Roll transfer or sell Trossard? Man, I'd sell Trossard and get somebody who know for sure plays. And if Trossard starts and bangs a brace, that is your bad luck, but just get somebody who plays, Quickly taking you guys through my team as well. AHZ is asking if the Wire does deadline streams. I'm just to answer a few questions. There are a few twitchy nerves around at the end of the game week. So that's why I just thought I'd hang. Start Gabriel or Shaw? Who does Shaw play? Play Gabriel. Start Gabriel. Spurs are going to score. That Spurs team have goals in them. And we look miserable in the first game. Definitely start Gabriel. I think Gabriel will play the game against Palace, and Palace are weak at set pieces as well. So do that. Start Gabriel or Foden. I already answered that. Start Foden. Don't think I answered that, but start Foden. Okay, taking you guys through my team. As I was on the board, Turner is my keeper. Chilwell, Saliba, Estupinan. Salah, Rashford, Saka, Madison, Mitoma, Haaland, and Pedro. I would not have a bench. Salah's my captain. It looks good at the moment. Played around with moves that I could possibly or potentially be doing next week. Maybe sell Estupinan for Gusto and upgrade Archer and have 8 attackers to Jackson. But that requires a Mitoma downgrade to a 5.5 sort of midfielder. So I want to see if any sort of cheap midfielder emerges. But yeah, I am looking to bring in either Foden or another City attacker/defender. Guardiola's on my watch list. Gusto/Colville are on my watch list. Jackson is definitely a hard buy at this stage. He looks like he's going to be Chelsea striker, and those fixtures are just ridiculous. So that's where I am with my team. Salah's captain. I'm hoping and praying it works out. I don't want to speak too much. Right, coming back to some more of your questions. Start Rico Lewis or Baldock? Baldock, from what I read, his injury updates don't really look good. So start with Rico Lewis. And Sheffield United, no man, I just don't trust them. Start Rico Lewis. Watkins or Rashi cap? Or stick with Haaland? That's a question you need to answer yourself. But do I think it's stupid for you to take the captaincy armband off Haaland and put it on a Watkins? No. I think there is opportunity this week. Baldock, why are people... Who does Sheffield United play in this week? Nottingham Forest. No man, Forest have goals in them. Do not start Baldock. And I don't think his minutes look good. Eze to Diaby. If it's a short-term punt, maybe, but I don't feel that move. Eze is just a good mid-term hold in my opinion. So I wouldn't get rid of Eze at the moment. What else? What else? What else do we have as questions? Did I answer all the super chats? Mr. Mills sent us a super chat. Sorry about that. Punted Dalo game week 1. Do you think he can start this game week? No, man. Get rid of Dalo. And get in Chile this week. Take a hit if you have to. Don't waste time. Chile is an obvious buy. Do it right now. Mr. Mills, get Chilwell right now. Dalo isn't going to start. Even if he does, I'm not confident about his points. Get Chilwell this week. He's capable of 15 points any week. To any of you guys that are sitting on such dodgy picks, get Ben Chilwell right now, man. That's all. I have no bench. Do Baldock to Gusto this week? I mean, I have no bench, but don't do this week. 1 week of info. Don't make that move this week. Because Chelsea are in the market for right back as well. So, if they do end up buying one, then Gusto's minutes look a little dodgy. So I'm not feeling comfortable about that. Let me see if my man Zoff has sent me a message. Zoff, is everything okay on the stream? Tell me about that. I don't know. Also, it'd be great if you guys could just hit the like and subscribe button. We're trying to do more content. We put out 3 videos last week. We're looking to do more and more content. I'm looking to up the content of the while. Let's answer questions. Let's not get distracted. Martinelli to Madison or Rashford to Madison? No, man. Hold both your players. Both are playing this week. Just hold. Don't sell Martinelli. He's got a mouth-watering fixture against Fulham at home next week, and then take a call. Chilwell is okay, but Rico could be just as good. LR, can we reduce the wait time before the replies? It's the first time I'm doing something like this. Let me see if I can reduce the wait time. It's too difficult for me to figure this out, man. Toggle timestamps? No. Okay. I'm just going to answer questions. Do you think Gabriel and Saliba start? Yes, I do think Gabriel and Saliba start. And Rico Lewis won't be as good as Chilwell. Chilwell is the best defender pick in the game, period. And there's nothing you can do to convince me otherwise. Start Jota. Oh my God. Start Jota or Foden, start Jota. But guy, find a way to start both. What sort of pickle have you gotten yourself into, Mr. Jivan Shrestha? Who is more nailed on, Colville or Thiago Silva? Zoff expects both to be nailed on, but he's not trusting Silva's fitness. That said, he did mention that if Silva plays once a week, then they're looking fine. Start Mitoma or Diaby? Diaby. Everton at home. Just go for it. Maddie for Rash, Bruno or Salah after Game Week 2. Don't decide your after Game Week 2 moves right now. There's a ton of football to be played before that. Zinchenko will start soon. I think this week might be too early, Naishal. So there's that. Ella. It's LR. It's not Ella. Do I think Akanji starts? Yeah. Good. Man, with City, right? The defender that I have an eye on is Guardiola and not much else. So that's where I am. Welbeck to Jackson this game week. Yes. Hard yes. Do it. Should I? What questions? Worth spending a transfer to move out first bench Baldock? No. Because Gusto looks like he could be the pick and I want to wait a week. Okay, this is fun. LR your differential picks for game week 2. If you really don't want to captain Haaland and if you own Mo Salah, then Mo Salah is a no-brainer in my opinion. If you don't have Salah and if you are feeling twitchy on those Haaland nerves, then I'd captain Watkins. Outside of that, my shout is I see goals in that United Spurs game. That's it. These are your captaincy punts this week. Is there any other matchup that I like? I'm not confident in any other Liverpool attacker getting 60 plus minutes. Wolves look good, so I'm not sure about Brighton attackers. Yeah. Villa attacker or so Watkins or Haaland or Mo Salah. I'm not even confident about Trent because I don't see Liverpool keeping a clean sheet. And then I see goals in that Spurs United game. That's where I am in terms of captaincy punts. Bruno to Madison, no man. Hold Bruno this week and then see what you want to do in the week. Watch, if the moves are so close, just take in a week of information. It's going to be important. And next week we have a clear definition of targets that we want to jump on that have a good enough fixtures. Spurs, City, Chelsea. Spurs, City, Chelsea. These are the teams we target. My God, you guys have some insane benching dilemmas. Hi, Jyotish Raj. Darwin captain, spicy man. I do want to say that our guest, Josh Williams, who does a lot of work on the Anfield wrap, his tip was Darwin for game week 2 against Bournemouth. He's expecting Darwin to start. I'm not confident, but this is what he said. And if you're going for it, good luck. He should get 30 minutes at least. Could be enough, you know. Yuzhan Kulusevski, I don't see him as a pick yet. Yeah, I think there are two picks that I like in their attack, and that's Madison and Striker. And if that Striker is going to be Richarlison, I fancy it. How much time have I done in this stream? I've done about 15 minutes. We leave in how much time? 15 minutes? Okay, cool. I'll do 15 minutes more. Yeah, that was the wife taking a time check from her. Don't get Nunes in now. But if you have him, you want to do something like that. That's all. I don't want to talk about this more. Is holding Gabriel the best option? This week you can hold him and see what happens. No need to move right now. Because then next week you can move on Guardiola if you want to. Guardiola has a tough game against Newcastle this week. So this week is not the week to jump. Turner or Onana? Turner. I said it. Hey Boona, what's up, man? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good game week 1. Let me see if else has messaged. Some messages. Checking if any team news is there on Twitter. Pinnock or Shaw? Who do you start? Pinnock. I don't see us keeping a clean sheet against Spurs, especially since we're away. And Brentford have a game against Fulham. Tough one, man. Let's say Pinnock. Man, the thing with Jota is, right? Like, he could easily not play. It's a roll of the dice, but as long as you have the temperament to handle the disappointment of a 30-minute no-goal involvement, do it. You should have that temperament. Like, if you're willing to take the risk, you should take it on the chin if it doesn't work out. If you're one of those guys that is gonna cry about it all week, then it's not for you, man. Barry, yes, happy wife, happy life. Trossard to Boomo. Good move. Yeah, man. Like, Trossard is one of those players, every week you own him, you're going to question yourself, is he going to start? Is he going to start? And then if he starts, don't curse yourself. If he starts this week, then he starts maybe the next game. If he starts this week and does really well, it's okay to admit your mistake and get him back again next week. So I like going for a nailed on player. Because how many times are you going to think, okay, 30-minute guy. What else do we have? Thoughts on Havertz? I need to see more to go there. Foden to Madison. No Lego Mane. I like Foden as a whole this week. In fact, Foden's on my watch list. If he starts and he plays well, we could very much want to get him next week. Like, the whole thing with City is, now that KDB is out, I'm expecting City to have a new pattern of play, a new style of play. And based on scouting them for 1 or 2 weeks, their picks will emerge. Like I mentioned it in my article, like Grealish could be given more license to create an attack. And he was that player for Aston Villa. He just hasn't been that player for Man City. So I want to know what City are up to minus KDB. Hold Foden. It felt uncomfortable watching him play the KDB role in the second half of the first game. And he's on my watch list. 300 of you watching, thank you so much. It's my first deadline stream here. I'm here only to answer questions and help you guys out. So make sure you're hitting the like and subscribe button for those of you that don't know. I'm captaining Mo Salah this week. Fingers crossed. Hope that works out. Your gut, Mehul, tells you to captain the Watkins. You're captaining Haaland instead. Hope the cyber. It comes down to personality type. Genuinely, you can be a Zoff, you can be an LR. Comes down to your personality type. Watkins cap, I don't mind it. I think there's opportunity this week. Haaland is as safe as it can get, but I don't mind opportunity this week. Hey Shivam, thanks for your kind words. Cheers, man. What else? What else? What else do we have as questions? Anything you guys want to talk about in general? Like, just want to do questions? Then we can do questions. I'm here at your disposal. Lego Mane is in the chat. Just leaving my team here because it's what all the content creators do. Thanks a lot. Do you think Villa will be defense first considering they shifted fire at Newcastle? Asking as a Pickford owner. Do you have Turner too? Yes, I have Turner and I'm starting Turner. No, I don't think Villa will be defense first. I think they will look to give an answer. I'm expecting to see them score 2-3 goals this game. I got away with a Watkins non-owner last week. I don't expect the same this week. Villa at home, I think they'll do well. I see them scoring 2 goals minimum. Start Mbuemo versus Rashford, man. Why do you do these things to yourself? Start Rashford. I was listening to FPL's Patreon pod this morning or afternoon, and one of the interesting stats is Rashford has 8 braces in his career, and 5 of them have come against Liverpool, Arsenal, and Spurs. He is meant for such a fixture. Go figure. So play Rashford. Don't even think of benching him this week. This game suits us. A lot of Trossard questions. I'd drop him. And if he starts, he starts. But I'd go for a definite starter. You want to chance it because you're not sure about your replacement? Fair enough. But I'd drop him. Johnston or Areola? Who to start? Who do West Ham play? West Ham play Chelsea. Start Johnston. Even though Johnston plays Arsenal, start Johnston. I think. I'm not confident in Turner over Onana, but Sheffield United showed nothing in attack. Genuinely just did not show nothing in attack. That's why I feel like Turner. And they showed, and Forest showed enough in the first game for me to trust them this week. Yeah, Onana could be a 10-pointer. What happens with these keepers is that in the big games, they tend to get like the huge hauls. So yeah. What else? What else? What else? Come on. Make your questions interesting. There's the same sort of questions. Gabriel or Akanji. Saka or Haaland for captain? Between Saka and Haaland, I prefer Haaland. Start Shaw or Torres? Okay, start Pedro or Jota? Guys, what have you guys done with so much money and putting yourself in such a soup? Start Jota. Go for the upside. Bruno or Pedro? Start Bruno. I see goals in that game. Bench one of Foden, Havertz, Richarlison, Jackson. Yes. Bench Havertz. Afternoon steps. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for always sharing our podcast on Twitter and for all your kind comments. Oh yes, I have to do a sponsor plug. Okay, I don't have the image here, but all the stats that you see on the podcast are always from the Fantasy Football Scout members area. If you aren't a member already, you should be a member. Click on the link in the description below. Sell Shaw for Chile this week or next? This week. If you can afford Shaw to Chilwell this week, do it. Genuinely, just do it. Because Shaw is a good fixture next week. Then you're thinking twice about doing that next week. If you can help it, get Chilwell this week. Martinelli or Rashford for captain? If you're not feeling the Haaland cap, between the two, I feel the Rashford captain more. I mentioned 5 out of 8 braces that Rashford has in his career are against the bigger teams. I feel like Rashford is going to do well this week. We're at 22 minutes into the stream. I'll go for about 10 minutes more and then leave you guys to it. Also, the team that you're going to see on my screen now is my team as things stand. I have the right to make any last minute changes should any news emerge on Twitter or any other deadline streams. The movie that I'm going for starts exactly at the time the deadline is there. So I'm going to be on my phone. Good luck to the person sitting next to me for the movie. Newcastle attack, right? That's the problem. You like their striker spot, but we don't know who's nailed. You like their left wing spot, but you don't know who's nailed. I'm hoping Barnes becomes a pick, but I'm just not confident as yet. I'm not feeling the Saka captaincy P9K5. Sorry about that. How essential is Foden from Game Week 3? He's not essential, but he could be a good pick. Most disappointing FPL asset of all time. I don't know, man. Everyone's done a good job for me. I make it a point. Let's say I've had a bad experience with a player. I don't hold on to that the next time you're going for them. Burger or pizza? Pizza, man. Lots of Foden questions. Yes, I would hold Foden this week. He's one of the picks I'm looking at picking up next week. So, yeah. Does Rashford, CF have the same race potential? No, but what I expect is you saw Spurs' high line in the first week, right? And Ange is the kind of guy that doesn't compromise on his system. And if Spurs have the high line against United, it's going to suit. Bruno is going to look for Rashford at every instance. I'm expecting Sancho to come in for Garnacho in this game as well, which will suit Rashford in my opinion. Rashford's just a good pick for this week. Hold your patience with Rashford, Foden, Richarlison, Fernandes this week. Like I don't think a standout midfielder has emerged yet. So hold your patience with these guys, and most of them have a good fixture next week as well. Thoughts on Richarlison? Is a good week. I thought he's a good pick. I thought he was unlucky. Richarlison is a good pick unless and until Spurs buy a striker that isn't under 20 years old. That's my thoughts on Richarlison. Like he didn't do well game week 1, but he's striker for Spurs and a very attacking team. Spurs impressed me. Disasi, I'm not confident about as a pick. I don't know how long they will play 3 at the back, and if they don't play 3 at the back, I think Disasi makes way. Just reiterating my watch list for next week in Chelsea. I'm interested in Colville, Gusto, and Jackson. I want to see if a midfielder emerges because that's Zoff's cut. I'm interested in Guardiola. I'm interested in Foden from City. City are on my watch list, and I'm interested in Richarlison from Spurs. What else? What else? Come on. Send me your questions, and yeah, like Kunal reminded me, make sure you like the stream, guys. And hit the subscribe button. We are here to do content every second, third day. And just help you guys out, genuinely. Also, send your good vibes to the Salah captaincy. It'd be nice to start the season well for a change. Sell Trossard for a hit? No, I'm not so sure. Diaz captain? No, man. I'm expecting him to start, but his minutes are still dodgy. It depends on how much of a risk you want to take, how sexy you want to get. You do that, but if I'm not capping Holland, I would captain Watkins if I don't have Salah. Mehul's going Watkins captain. Don't blame me if it doesn't work out, all right? That's all I'll say. Mbuemo formal? No, man, I'll stick with the guys I have. Hey, Sankalp, how's it going? A lot of people are asking about Saka captaincy. How do you feel about it? I'm not feeling it strong. Sankalp is one of the well-reputed members on our Discord. By the way, which you guys should join. We've got a great community on there. Lots of great fans. And all you need to do is become a member on YouTube, or you can support us on patreon.com/the FPL Wire and become a member. I don't do predictions for today's game. No, I don't want to jinx anything. I'm quite a superstitious FPL manager. Baldock, man, a lot of Baldock questions. From what I've seen on Twitter, there are rumors that he might not even be fit. That's all the information I have. Richarlison or Henry? Rico Henry. Who do I play? Richarlison. Play Richarlison. Thoughts on West Ham's midfield signings? Good, but I want to see what happens there. Bowen could play striker soon, so he needs to be on your watch list. But West Ham's fixtures don't become good for a while. Game week 7, when they play Sheffield United home, is when I might show some interest in them. Not right now. Sankalp, our Arsenal fan from Discord, says he's okay with it. He's not hyped because he feels the ceiling is a bit low going away to Palace traditionally for us, but I don't think Saka blanks either. Those are Sankalp's thoughts. Here's Sankalp. Right, it's 9:45. I decided that I'd do a 30-minute stream. Abhay Tyagi, I look buzzed. No, I'm not buzzed, man. I'm actually looking forward to having some coffee and watching a movie and coming home to a turn or clean sheet and maybe save point. Maybe a bonus too, you never know. Right, that's it. Wishing you guys good luck. Be on the lookout for any last minute news that might emerge. Thank you for all your love this preseason. Thank you for always supporting us. We are grateful. Good luck and see you soon. We don't have Pras on next week, and Baker is going to be substituting in for him, which is great timing because he's a Spurs fan and Spurs are a target for a lot of FPL players next week. So I'm quite excited to get him on. Mehul, this is your first punt in all these years of playing FPL. Listen, if you don't have the temperament to handle it, don't do it. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Take care.